All right, guys, let's get into some player props we like for the Sunday matchups this week. Trey, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, I'm going to do mine from Prize Picks, and then Bear and Teats will do theirs on the Action Network because they do not have anytime touchdowns out yet. So I'm going to go through mine real quick. The first one I like is Taylor Heineke. I like over his passing yards, over 210.5. The Falcons gave up the fourth most passing yards per game with 266.3. So I think the over there is pretty good. Uh, they do love to run the ball, the Commanders do, but with Terry McLaurin there and Curtis Samuel there, I think that they should air it out enough for him to get that 210.5 number. And then the second one I'm going to do is going to be Miles Sanders rushing. I'm going to go over on his number. It's going to be 60.5. The Packers give up the ninth most rushing yards per game with 135.8, and he has hit this 3 out of his last 5 games. There's been some games where Jalen Hurts gets more rushing yards than Miles Sanders, but I'm going to say with this matchup, Sunday Night Football, Miles Sanders is going to get at least 61 rushing yards. Then the last one I'm going to do is going to be with receiving yards, and it's going to be Christian Kirk over. I like Christian Kirk a lot. A lot of people said he shouldn't have got paid that big contract, but he's produced a lot for the Jaguars this year. Baltimore gives up the 6th most passing yards per game, and Kirk's hit this number 3 out of the last 5 games. So I think he's going to continue to hit. I think he's going to go off for probably over 100 yards and a touchdown tomorrow against Baltimore. The Jaguars are going to need him to produce. So I like his over of 63.5. Those are my 3 player props I'm going to give you guys for the Sunday slate.
All right, so we have Heineke over 210.5, Miles Sanders over 60.5 rushing yards, and Christian Kirk over 63.5 receiving yards for Trey. Mm-hmm. Let's get over to the Action Network for Teats' player prop picks.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're going to start off with a Nick Chubb touchdown. I know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense has been pretty decent, especially the rushing game portion, but I think Nick Chubb is due for a touchdown. Kareem Hunt has really not looked great. And out of the last week, they were completely shut down rushing-wise. So I think that he's looking to kind of pop off, and he's going to get a touchdown. I'm also looking at Tyreek Hill touchdown. I almost feel like it almost feels like a given almost every week. Tyreek Hill is the number 1A, almost to Jalen Waddle on that Miami offense. He gets the ball all the times. He has breakaway speed. I think a touchdown is very doable. Devontae Adams, give me his touchdown as well. He is the guy. He will have 17 targets with 13 catches for 108 yards and 4 touchdowns if the defense would allow him. The Seahawks are not great defensively for the passing game, so I think Devontae Adams will find the red zone the end zone pretty easy. And kind of sticking with that game, give me DK Metcalf. I feel like he's been very undervalued and underutilized this year for Seattle from Geno Smith. Geno Smith's been doing a great job leading Seattle, and I think that he's going to have to find some big wide receiver for some touchdowns, and I don't think it's Tyler Lockett this week. I think it's DK.
That's a big payout right there. Plus
yes,
1268.
That's all I give.
Plus 1268 on that parlay. Looks like Nick Chubb, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf. Who was the second one?
Tyreek Hill.
I like those Teats. I like them a lot. All right, let's get into my player props. If you guys follow the channel and sub, on Thanksgiving Day, I gave out a Thanksgiving feast plate for player props that I liked.
It looked so juicy too.
I put them in a parlay. Stephon Diggs hit. Jamal Williams hit. Dalton Schultz hit. Saquon Barkley hit. And we got to the last part in the gravy, and the plate was sitting there. It looked nice and warm, ready to eat, ready to consume. Little sprinkling of gravy on there to finish the plate, and denied. The Vikings scored 33 points, and Dalvin Cook did not get one of those touchdowns. So everybody knows one of the best parts about Thanksgiving is the Thanksgiving leftovers. So we're going to make a Thanksgiving leftover plate for Sunday's games, and I'm going to move it down to 3 because nobody wants old stale bread and cold gravy. Gravy screwed us last week. We're not putting gravy on this plate today. We're going to go turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes only. So a 3-player prop. We're going to start with Cordell Patterson for Atlanta. He is the entire team. He's going to score a touchdown in this one. I'm pretty sure Kyle Pitts was put on IR. He got hurt last week. So look for Cordell Patterson to get in the end zone for this one. Second one is going to be Kenneth Walker versus Las Vegas. Vegas sucks on defense. They're horrible. Kenneth Walker might score 3 touchdowns in this game, but I'm gonna put him down for 1. And then my last one's going to be Damian Pierce for Houston Texans. Davis Mills is out for this game. He got benched, so Damian Pierce is all they have left on that offense. So I expect him to get at least one in the end zone. So that looks like it pays plus 820. So I mean, 3-player prop for that leftover Thanksgiving meal. So hopefully this one leaves a better taste in my mouth than the other one did. So I'll do that 3-player prop. But
a plus 800 player prop is a good way to end the night.
Yep, very good way. But all right, guys, that'll be it for our player props. If you enjoyed the content here, be sure to leave a like and a sub.